Good morning, it's Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. Mental health is real. Seek help and the stigma. On the news this morning, pensioners accuse Riversol administrator of stopping monthly gratuity payment. Rivers MBA chairman reject query issued by Sol administrator Ibas. PDP threatens legal action against Delta State governor. Others. Federal government declares holiday for Workers' Day. On the foreign scene, 3 people killed in shooting in Sweden. Details of these and more after this break.
Chinas and Wosu Ministries and the Royal Church International specially invite
With the news. Now, the Nigerian Union of Pensioners in River State is alleging that the 2 billion naira released monthly for the payment of gratuities by the suspended governor Siminalayi Fubara has been stopped since the sole administrator assumed office. The state secretary of the Pensioners Union, Dr. Joseph Abo, said that while monthly pensions are still being paid, the sole administrator has allegedly stopped the 2 billion naira monthly release meant for settling outstanding gratuities.
When I heard the news, it was very bad news to me because that is the only hope of the poor pensioners. I have written a letter to him telling him that the Nigerian Union of Pensioners wants to have audience with him. I have not responded, and so we expect that he will respond, whereby we can speak our mind and tell him exactly what the suffering of pensioners of River State. This has affected the life of retired pensioners. Sometimes they go and borrow with the hope that their pension will be paid. But I can't see how somebody will retire from job after 35 years and the payment of benefit becomes a problem. Most of them have died because they could not attend to medical treatment because the gratuity is not paid.
Dr. Abo also accused past administrations in River State of refusing to implement consequential adjustment in pension arrears, despite several increases in the national minimum wage.
River State presently is a world hit on non-payment of pension. The pension of most people is just 1,000 naira from 2,000. There has been a problem. River State is owing too much on gratuity payment. The people are helpless now, so we are begging the sole administrator to ensure that they release 2 billion naira to continue with the payment, please.
As you may know, the previous administration under Nyesom Wike was releasing 1 billion naira monthly for the payment of gratuities to pensioners, but the amount was increased to 2 billion naira by Governor Fubara. In another development, a former chairperson of the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC in River State, Beatrice Itubo, has condemned the directive from the national body instructing its River State affiliate to hold the May Day rally without fanfare. I recall that the NLC directed its River State chapter to limit its Workers' Day celebration to its secretariat due to the imposition of emergency rule in the state. Speaking with correspondent Onyeka Chinwusu, Mrs. Itubo said the national body should have led by example by holding a low-key May Day rally in Abuja to make their point.
The meat is wrong. The road I put in place is so that in Abuja. So if National wants to even start, they should do it in a nationwide boycott so that they will drive the message better. Whether we like that in Abuja, the president who instituted the state of emergency here will send representatives to where they are holding the matter and they will take salute. And so if they are not coming here to say you are depriving workers of the only day that they have to meet together, rub minds and interact, made it like a Christmas day to workers. So to me, it's an injustice to the workers of River State. Besides, Labour will work with any government in power. We are not to dabble into politics.
The former governorship candidate in River State added that the better approach would have been to express their grievances through their speech rather than restricting the May Day celebration to the Secretariat.
boycotting, what is the message you are sending? You can also read an address and tell, look here, we are not comfortable with this state of emergency. This is what we feel, this is what we feel. The message has been sent. Sometimes even the ordinary workers may not even know the reason why this May Day is not even celebrated. So to me, it is an injustice done to workers. They should be able to put it across, send it across. So workers should be allowed to interact, because as far as we are concerned, May Day is a day where workers relax, interact with one another. Some people have not met, but in the field there, them exchanging pleasantries. It's a way of coming alive. There's so many other issues of workers that you present to government there in the field.
Meanwhile, the federal government has declared Thursday a public holiday to mark this year's Workers' Day, celebrated annually on May 1st. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, announced the holiday in a statement. Tunji-Ojo commended Nigerian workers for their diligence and sacrifice, recognizing their effort as contributors to the country's internal and external growth. He reiterated the need for peace to drive industrialization and economic growth, and urged workers to imbibe the culture of innovation and productivity. Moving on now, some civil servants at the River State Secretariat have raised concerns over the disappearance of the state fuel subsidy palliative buses initiated by the Fubara administration. Recall that the suspended governor, Siminalayi Fubara, during a statewide broadcast to mark his 100th day in office, assured that his administration will sustain the free transport scheme. Speaking with our correspondent on this, the civil servant said the buses are no longer available because the state sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, has allegedly stopped providing fuel.
Since they announced the state of emergency, I think after a few days, we have not seen that bus. We're not happy. I've joined them from oil mill to secretariat. They don't take 1 naira from anybody. So as it is now, it's really difficult with the transport fare for civil servants to come to work. May them bring back the governor. The bus will come back. It will help the poor.
The palliative bus is for the civil servant and non-civil servants. Now we are not seeing the bus, and when we ask a question, the sole administrator said there is no fuel, which I am very confused that a state like River State has enough money to fuel that bus. Right now we are suffering. Every day I paid 2,000 naira.
Before when they enter, the thing they carry me, they go reach Eleme Junction. So the thing they help, the premier our governor come back. Things they are, the state they function.
Well, away from that, Chairman of the 8 Nigerian Bar Association NBA branches in River State have condemned a recent query issued to the chairman of the NBA Port Harcourt branch, Cordelia Eke, by the River State sole administrator through the Ministry of Justice. Now, the query, which was signed by the Director of Administration at the Ministry of Justice, Ebirieng Deresima, and dated April 25th, accused Eke of serious misconduct. It alleged that she co-authored a communique criticizing the administration for severe acts of lawlessness and impunity and for unconstitutional actions, including the dismantling of democratic institutions and attacks on peaceful protesters. The administrator claimed her actions violated the public service rules and were unbecoming of a civil servant. In a joint press statement, the NBA branch chairman described the allegations as an attempt to intimidate Mrs. Eke and stifle dissenting voices among legal professionals in the state. They clarified that Eke did not issue the controversial communique in her capacity as a civil servant, but rather as the elected chairman of the Port Harcourt branch, in line with her constitutional mandate within the NBA. Also, a former chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association Port Harcourt branch, Prince Nyekwere, says the query issued to the current chairman by the River State government cannot be justified. Prince Nyekwere, in an interview, said the NBA has every right to speak on matters of national importance, but he also blamed the association for what he called an embarrassing situation.
The query cannot be justified in any way. The impunity we experience from our various government agencies. To be the president of NBA and the chairman of a branch, you must be in private practice. NBA should better go back, because the essence of that provision that they overlooked is what we are facing now. What the administrator did is wrong, but look at the embarrassment it is causing us. So let's just call a spade a spade.
Prince Nyekwere called for a change in the NBA's constitution to allow only private legal practitioners to contest for chairman and other key positions in the association.
if NBA want to avoid this situation, they should go back to where it is, that at least for chairman and secretary of the branch, and of course in the national it is like that, you know. Of course, there is also a conflict of interest here. Your employer is saying, I don't like what you do. You must select one.
Coming up next, PDP threatens legal action against Delta State Governor and others. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. A Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt is expected to hear the motion on notice for interlocutory injunction in the suit filed by former chairman of Obiakpo Local Government Area, Chijioke Ihunwa, against the Inspector General of Police and Commissioner of Police, Rivers State Police Command. The Nigeria Police Force, Police Service Commission, Director General State Security Service and State Security Service Rivers State are also listed as defendants. The suit was instituted by the former Obiakpo chairman to stop security agencies from arresting him. And now the PDP National Working Committee, NWC, says it will initiate legal proceedings against the Delta State Governor, Sheriff Oborowori, and other key stakeholders who recently defected to the APC. The party's leadership, after a marathon 6-hour closed-door meeting at its national secretariat in Abuja on Tuesday, released a communique directing the PDP national legal advisor to start the process of reclaiming what it termed the party's stolen mandate in Delta State. The acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, said the fortune of the party cannot be left in the hands of their adversaries. The party's leadership, after a marathon 6-hour closed-door meeting at its national secretariat in Abuja on Tuesday, released a communique directing the PDP national legal advisor to start the process of reclaiming what it termed the party's stolen mandate in Delta State. The acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, said the fortune of the party cannot be left in the hands of their adversaries. Moving to stabilize its structures in the state, the party leadership appointed Emma Ogidi, its South-South zonal chairman, to take charge of affairs in Delta and lead reorganization efforts. In a related development, the senator representing Benue South, Abba Moro, says the PDP would have won the 2023 presidential election if it had not chosen former Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as the running mate of Atiku Abubakar, its presidential candidate. Speaking on Channels Television, Senator Moro said the choice of Okowa as the opposition party's vice presidential candidate was a serious mistake. His comment comes after former Governor Okowa said he regretted being Abubakar's running mate during the 2023 elections. In other news, a video recording of the interrogation of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, by officials of the Department of State Services, DSS, has been played in court in his ongoing trial before a federal high court in Abuja. The statement Kanu made on October 15, 2015 now has also been read as well. In the video, he admitted establishment of Radio Biafra and registration in London. Kanu also admitted not registering the radio station with MBC because there was no need for it. In his statement, he admitted fighting for emancipation of the people of Southeast, South, and part of Benue and Kogi. He said the freedom fighting is not a crime in any part of the world, including Nigeria, because it is a fundamental right. Kanu claimed not to be involved in any violence because he has not been linked with anyone at all. Now, this development comes as the federal government opened its case against the detained IPOB leader. The court also gave permission for identities of all the witnesses that are billed to testify in the case to be shielded. Away from that, the chairman of the Community Development Committee, CDC, in Ebulum Community, Upper Odwa Local Government Area of Rivers State, Rufus Goodluck, has described a 7-day ultimatum reportedly issued by a group they accused of sponsoring an attack in the community, demanding an apology as baseless and invalid. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Goodluck explained that the community has already taken legal action against them, with the case still pending, and is prepared to continue pursuing the matter in court.
The purported announcement by Professor Good Wilson is of no moment. The community has instructed their legal team and action has been instituted against them in the court of law, which is still pending. So, the issue of retracting any publication or whatsoever is neither here nor there, because it is a fair comment and same was proper, and we are ready to slug out with them in the court of law.
Narrating the position of the injured persons in the community, Mr. Goodluck revealed that one of them is in critical condition and requires immediate surgery due to gunshot wounds, adding that the community is insisting they have proof that the accused individuals are truly behind the attack.
The case is serious. The boy is down, so it's seriously in the stunning operation. The community is spending millions in jail to take care of these patients. They are behind the killing of that person and the interior attack in the community. This is not the first time they are coming in the community with armed men. We have a lot of evidence. They said of hijack of power. From who? I am asking. They should mention one development plan, not a project that they have brought in Egolum.
The community women's leader, Precious Jackson, and the publicity secretary also spoke, calling on the authorities and members of the public to intervene.
We are ready to stage a protest against these people who are planning to invade the community. We are even calling the government and the general public to come and intervene this matter and to arrest those perpetrators who are coming to harass the community.
We are the women, we are not happy because this is not the problem is too much. We want even government and everybody, the social media, everybody to help us and know what they will do.
In other news, the mayor of Housing, Ma Ace China, has emerged as one of Africa's 100 personalities recognized for transforming the continent. The award was handed to him and the others after the declaration was made last weekend at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja at the 14th edition of the Peace Legends Award. The glamorous ceremony attracted many dignitaries on the continent. Some other notable Nigerians that backed the awards include Sheyi Tinubu, son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as Africa's richest entrepreneur Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Expressing his delight, the mayor of Housing said many persons were silently recording landmark achievements in Africa but have not been discovered through diligent searching. He called for more effort to discover and reward such personalities and brands.
I have a tripartite feeling tonight. First part of the feeling is elation at the fact that what we are doing here in Port Harcourt is already resonating across the continent, and our vision for reducing and solving the housing problem in Nigeria and Africa is already being heard across the continent for us to be noticed. So it's feel an elated honor.
We go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the news. International scene. 3 people have been killed in a shooting in the Swedish city of Uppsala. The shooting took place at a hair salon close to Vaksala Square in the center of the city. The shooter, who fled on a scooter, is still on the run. Officers have cordoned off a large area and a murder investigation is underway. This incident happened on the eve of the Walpurgis Spring Festival, which brings large crowds onto the street of Uppsala, a city located north of the capital Stockholm and known for its university. Now that's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Pensioners have accused the Rivers Sole administrator of stopping monthly gratuity payment. Rivers MBA chairman have rejected the query issued by sole administrator Ibas. The PDP has threatened legal action against Delta State Governor and others for defecting to the APC. The federal government has declared Thursday as public holiday for Workers' Day. On the foreign scene, 3 people have been killed in a shooting in Sweden. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. To reach the news team, send an SMS on WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.